Habibi, come to Dubai.
Alright, let's go to Dubai. Here are the top 10 things you absolutely can't miss during your visit to Dubai. Whether you love museums, shopping, or adventure, Dubai has something incredible in store for you. First up, we have Abu Dhabi, which I know what you're thinking, that's not in Dubai. Yep, but it's a short drive out of Dubai, just under an hour and a half, and definitely worth a visit. The Grand Mosque is the largest mosque in the country, and it is absolutely stunning. Everything from the architecture to the intricate little details left me speechless. They have a strict dress code, so make sure you dress modestly in loose clothes that cover you from your ankles to your wrists, as well as a headscarf for women. They used to do free rentals for abayas, but that's no longer the case. Now you'll have to buy an abaya from the shop. They offer complimentary guided tours which last approximately 45 minutes, and I highly recommend it. It was really informative and we got to see the inside of the mosque. Make sure you plan your day accordingly because in my opinion, the best view is the sunset. If you're a fan of art and culture, you can head over to the Louvre, which is much smaller than the Louvre in Paris, but it showcases artworks from around the world with the intent to bridge the gap between Eastern and Western art. My favorite was this beautiful chandelier exhibit by Ai Weiwei. The architecture of the building itself is unique and I really liked it as well. But if art isn't your thing and you're more of a thrill seeker, then Ferrari World is a must visit. It's home to the world's fastest roller coaster, or you can get behind the wheel and sharpen your racing skills on the go-kart track. Such a fun experience, especially for adrenaline seekers. Then head over to the Emirates Palace Mandarin Oriental to check out the luxurious hotel with beautiful architecture and Arabian decor. You might even run into someone famous.
Dikembe says no.
Not in my house.
We had dinner at the Vendome Buffet and the dessert even has edible gold flakes. Then we enjoyed the live music by the pianist in the lobby. Number 2, the world-renowned shopping. Dubai Mall is definitely my favorite mall here. It's a shopping haven with over 1,200 stores and pretty much any designer store you can think of. If you're not a fan of shopping, don't worry because there's still tons of things you can see and do in the mall. It's home to one of the largest aquariums in the world. Stretched over 3 floors of the mall, you don't even need to go into the aquarium to see how impressive it is. And you can even catch a glimpse of sharks and rays from the view in the mall. There's even a fountain show at Dubai Mall, kind of similar to the fountain show at the Bellagio in Las Vegas. Or you can check out the Light and Water show at the Dubai Festival City Mall. There's also a huge assortment of food at the mall. For dinner we went to Din Tai Fung, which I know is really random for Dubai, but it's one of my favorite dumpling spots. Number 3, shopping at Souks. If you wanted a more cultural shopping experience, take a stroll through the vibrant Spice Souk and Gold Souk for a taste of the local culture and flavors. In the souks you can find gold, high-end watches, traditional goods such as pashminas, cushion covers, slippers, ceramics, and other little souvenirs and trinkets. You'll find herbs and spices at the Spice Souk, as well as a great selection of nuts, oils, and saffron. Spices and saffron are great purchases here. It's a bit chaotic and crowded, but if you love shopping then this is the place to be. But make sure you haggle like a local in these souks, especially if they don't have prices on things. That's a sign that the haggling game is on. We also checked out the Seef Heritage Souk, which is a cute little cultural village that blends old Dubai with the modern vibes of new Dubai. It felt like we were taking a step back in time with the old school buildings and traditional architecture, and I loved the cobblestone streets. We explored the shops and restaurants here, and I loved the waterfront setting along Dubai Creek. It's a nice break from the hustle of the city. We ate some delicious food as well here, but unfortunately I don't remember what these dishes all are, so please leave a comment if you know what they're called. Number 4, Abras. After exploring the souks, we took the traditional Abra across the Dubai Creek. The Abra is basically a traditional water taxi that's part boat, part raft. It's the oldest mode of transport and costs only 1 dirham one way, which is probably why it stayed as one of Dubai's most frequented modes of transport. It's a great way to see the more traditional side of the city. Dubai has tons of attractions and there's bound to be something for everyone. There are some cool places like Global Village, Miracle Garden, and the Dubai Museum, which we'll go through in a second, but let's start with the most famous one, which leads us to number 5, the Burj Khalifa. Standing at just over 830 meters, the Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world. It took just over 1 minute to get up to the 124th floor, and look at this view. It's so cool to see the difference between old Dubai and new Dubai and how the desert transforms into a city. Look at this crazy view of all the skyscrapers in the desert. These buildings that look tiny are already 30 to 50 floors, so that tells you how high up we are. And of course I had to get some photos with the infamous wings on the window.
She was a fairy.
And don't forget to try walking on this virtual glass floor. It's controlled by a sensor so it cracks as you walk on it and has the sound effects too. So trippy, but really cool and fun.
You sure about that?
Are we having fun yet?
Number 6, the Dubai Museum. If you want to learn about Dubai's culture and history, the Dubai Museum offers a fascinating journey into the city's past, showcasing its transformation from a fishing village to a global metropolis. I actually love museums and I find it so interesting to learn about the history and culture of the place I'm visiting. Number 7, Global Village. This is basically a theme park that showcases a few cultures of the world, hence the name Global Village. In a way, it's similar to Epcot at Disney, but with a more affordable entry fee. There are shops selling products from their home country, food stalls featuring different world cuisines, and amusement park rides. You should plan to spend at least 2 to 3 hours here. Some people really love Global Village, but personally, I didn't love it. It felt a bit too touristy even for a tourist, and I didn't think there was that much to see or do here other than shopping. Number 8, the Miracle Garden. This is the world's largest natural flower garden with over 150 million flowers. Wow. I think we're seeing a trend with things in Dubai being the world's tallest or the world's biggest. These elephants were my favorite, so cute. This outdoor paradise has blossomed into one of the most picturesque and serene destinations. Even if you aren't a flower lover, I think you'll still be able to appreciate how beautiful the displays are. They even have a life-size Airbus A380 plane covered with around 500,000 flowers, and it's in the Guinness World Records as the largest floral design. This floral clock is also fully functional with the mechanical components imported from the US. How cool is that? The grounds are huge, so make sure you wear good walking shoes and lots of sunscreen. You should plan to spend 2 to 4 hours here. Global Village and Miracle Garden are close to each other, so if you wanted to visit both attractions, it makes sense to visit both on the same day. Global Village closes later, so you should go to Miracle Garden first, then Global Village after. Both are seasonal and only open during the winter months. Number 9, the desert. If you go to Dubai and you don't go to the desert, did you really go to Dubai? Picture yourself riding a camel over the golden sand dunes during sunset or admiring the wild animals in the desert. If you're looking for something a little more exciting, sandboarding or dune buggying are must-dos. Last but definitely not least, number 10, the luxury hotels. Dubai is the ultimate playground for the rich, and the luxury hotels here are a clear example. Most luxury hotels can be expensive, but I do have a pro tip if you're on a budget and want to see one without forking over an arm and a leg. I was able to use my Marriott points to stay at a Maha Resort, which is located inside the Dubai Desert Conservation Reserve, so I had the desert experience along with my luxury hotel experience. I have a separate video for the full hotel review linked below. Be sure to check it out if you're interested. I also got to check out the 5-star hotel Burj Khalifa, which some people incorrectly describe as the world's only 7-star hotel, but it is one of the world's most famous luxury hotels, and for good reason. It's a private resort on a man-made island, and gold is all over everything in the hotel.
I love gold!
It's gated and actually used to be closed to non-guests. However, now you can book a 90-minute tour of the hotel starting from 250 AED. But here's a pro tip if you wanted to visit without paying for a tour. Book a dining reservation at one of their restaurants. We went for lunch at the restaurant by the pool, which I think was the most affordable option. We got a bunch of food to share, and they even gave us a complimentary little birthday dessert. Then we walked around the resort and checked out the pools. There's a freshwater family-friendly pool, and there's also a saltwater adults-only infinity pool. They offer day passes for the pool with several different pricing options, and half of that admission price would turn into a food and beverage credit. The interior of the hotel was so beautiful with so much gold detailing, a bit over the top and ridiculously gaudy on some occasions, but quintessentially what some would say is the Dubai experience.
Money!
They have designer shops in the hotel as well, and even the water fountain is fancy and it does a little dance. And there's an aquarium by the escalator, which I think is the same one as the one in their restaurant. The cost for a one-night stay ranges from over 4,000 AED, which is $1,100 US for the cheapest room, and can go all the way to 32,000 AED, which is almost $9,000 US for the 3-bedroom suite. Just a bit out of my price range. Or you can spend a day at one of the many beach clubs. Hope this video helped. Be sure to like and subscribe for more travel content. See you next time. Bye!